Big 12 Football Media Days here at the Star in Frisco with Ari Timken. I'm James Westling here on Big 12 today on Big 12 Radio, exclusively on TuneIn. Excited to welcome in the head football coach at Kansas State, my alma mater, Chris Klieman. EMA, go Cats. Coach, we just saw you in Orlando at the spring meetings.
Yep.
When do you start practice?
July 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there.
A couple weeks away.
It is a couple weeks away. Our guys returned from their 4th of July break today, and they've got 2 weeks left is all of summer conditioning, and then we're rolling. I think it's the 22nd, so it's full speed ahead. I'm still going to get one more getaway with my wife because I really haven't had one, and so after we get back today, I'm going to take a week.
Where are you going?
Can't tell you.
Top secret. Top secret. Okay.
So did you only have, was it 8 spring practices?
That's all we had.
Because of numbers, injuries?
No. We made a concerted effort with everything that I knew was coming. The 105 roster, which I knew was coming, and nobody really knows whatever it is going to be, but I know it's way less than what we would have had. And then we needed to put on mass. We needed to get stronger. We needed to get faster. We needed to get heavier. That was going to be the focus. And so we talked about this before the Rate Bowl even. I said, guys, we're going 9 weeks with winter conditioning, 9 straight weeks. And our strength staff loved that, and our players loved it. It kept our bodies healthier probably. We did put on, I think we put on like 600 pounds of lean muscle mass. I mean, so we did a great job as a team of doing that. And we got faster and we got stronger. You look at guys like Avery, put on 15 pounds of muscle. That was the most important thing for us. Plus, maybe I wouldn't do that in a different year, but you have almost all your defense returning. We lose a couple of defensive backs. We have our quarterback returning. We have a really good running back returning, a really good receiver returning, all of our tight ends returning, our center returning. We had enough pieces that we wanted to focus on the young guys or the new guys that needed to get some of those reps, and we didn't need to beat the heck out of anybody, because if you lost somebody, I don't know what you were going to do. Yeah. That group, either you're cutting them, and they're not being a part of the 105. I don't know what you still don't know the rules on it.
Yeah.
So we just made a concerted effort to spend more time in strength and conditioning.
600 pounds of muscle mass.
I don't even know what that means.
And I think I'm short on that, to be honest.
Probably.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Avery's added about 15 pounds.
Yep.
So with that, is he still the fastest guy on the team?
It's really close. He is. VJ Payne, who is here, is VJ Payne, Avery, Dylan, Donovan McIntosh. Those 4 I know for sure were 23-mile-per-hour guys, and we'd had a bunch in 22, but those 4 guys were 23 miles per hour, and 23 miles per hour is rolling, and those 4 guys hit it.
Have you ever had a tight end room as good as the tight end room you have this year? And are we going to see Lincoln Cure play?
Yes,
as a
and
freshman?
yes and yes.
Okay.
No and yes.
No and yes.
we have a really good tight end room.
Loaded.
We've had a lot of kids that are coming back. They have a lot of different skill sets, which is awesome. They're not all the same type of guy. Garrett Oakley is an NFL kid, without a doubt, that has got great receiving skills, can block the point of attack. Will Swanson's kind of our jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife that can do everything. But yeah, we have to play Lincoln. You see him coming. He wasn't with us in the spring because he was winning the state track and setting a record in the hurdles. But he came in, and you can just see a guy that he's 230 plus, probably 235 now. He can run like a wide receiver. But yeah, we have to. We won't have him in every package, but we will find ways for that kid to play for sure.
K-State football coach Chris Klieman here at Big 12 Media Days. So with Avery Johnson, all the preseason hype surrounding him and your football team, how do you balance with still, I know that it's his 3rd year in the program, but he's still young. So how do you balance all the preseason expectations and hype surrounding the football team and tell the kid, we want you to be our leader, but also, like, this entire season isn't just on you?
Yeah. One, when you're the quarterback of any program, and then you take it to where you and I know of K-State, where it's the show in town, you're the face. And he's done a great job of handling being the face. I told him when we recruited him, I said, hey, you and I are going to be the face of the programs here, and we're going to get way too much criticism, and we're going to get way too much credit.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
The second he got
on. And he's a pretty face to have it. He really is. I mean, that kid's magnetizing everywhere he goes. His personality is infectious. A couple things with him. One, he's a very confident guy, but he's very humble, and that's a tough combination to have. He's not going to be the one that is going to be out in front of something unless he knows it's time for him to be out in something, because he wants the other guys to be leaders as well. And the other thing, and I think Avery would tell you this after going through spring and now in the summer, he knows he doesn't have to do this alone. Last year, DJ Giddens had to be a dude. Jace Brown was continuing to learn what he was doing, but was a really good player. And then Avery was a first-year starter that felt like he had to make every play. Now you have 4 wide receivers, because we brought some transfers in that were here in January that can really play. We've got 2 really good running backs that we know of, and there's probably some young guys that we're going to find out about. We've got a loaded tight end room, and we're continuing to get better and better on the offensive line. He knows he doesn't have to do everything himself.
Do you need a feature back? I mean, since you've been at K-State, you need a feature back.
Well, when we had that kid named Deuce Vaughn, it was pretty fun to watch,
right.
wasn't it?
You're not taking him off the field.
Yeah, exactly. If we'd have taken him off the field, I should have gotten booed if we took Deuce Vaughn off the field.
You're not taking DJ Giddens off the field.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think we have to. There's no question that Dylan proved he could be that every down back against Rutgers in the Rate Bowl. But once again, we didn't have a ton of compliments around him that day. We now have more compliments. I think Dylan Edwards is going to be much better because of the wide receiver room we have and the tight end room we have. I think Joe Jackson's going to be much better. Antonio Martin, we're just learning about. We just got him here in in June, so I haven't seen him practice and those things, but he's a bigger back. But I think it goes to everybody on offense, in the skill room on offense, is I don't have to. I want to be the number one target, the number one ball carrier, the number one this, but I don't have to be, because I'm going to be better because of some of the other people we have around him. And then I'm just, guys, it's a game changer for us to have Coach Wells that is done this before a long time and is one of the more innovative minds in college football. Rouse did a phenomenal job, and we're so happy Rouse got the opportunity to be with the Dallas Cowboys. Rouse didn't have as many toys, really, as what Matt Wells has. And Matt Wells has so many more pieces. And I'm excited for Matt and he's got a quarterback that's got now 13 more games underneath his belt. Point. I think we're going to be able to be efficient, but we're going to spread things out and be able to utilize all of our talent.
Talking with K-State football coach Chris Klieman here at Media Days. So on paper, you were just talking about the offensive line. I see Sam Hecht, an all-league guy, coming back, but on paper, you lost a lot of guys on the offensive and defensive lines. So put my mind at ease.
Yep.
Tell me about those groups.
Okay, so Sam Hecht is one of the best centers in college football, and we're excited to have him back. That's the guy you're probably not taking off the field because of his ability at center. Taylor Portier, who's a really good offensive lineman here for us, is in his 7th year. Great football player. COVID, 2 ACLs. Now he's been healthy the last 3 years. Excited for him to finish it off the right way. Andrew Linegangs played a lot of football for us, started at guard and at tackle. We have a transfer named George Fitzpatrick from Ohio State that probably was our best offensive lineman throughout the spring. He's going to play left tackle. But then we have 3 other transfers that are going to battle for the other guard spot, what's going to happen at the other tackle spot. And a lot of guys that aren't close to our program wouldn't know. We had a guy penciled in to start at right tackle last year in John Pastore. And John suffered a back injury in the summer of last year, had surgery and missed the entire year. He's back healthy and full go, so that gives us another guy. And so we'll play 8 guys probably most games. Once again, Sam being the outlier of not taking your center off, but we'll have the ability to play a lot of guys there.
Did you say transfer from Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah, George Fitzpatrick, 6'6", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Enos from Pitt. J.B. Nelson from Penn State's played a lot of football.
Yeah. Yeah, those 3 guys, Amos Talalio from USC as well. Those guys have all played a lot of football, and and then we have Gabe Powers from Ohio State as well, a linebacker, and people always ask what the relationship was like with Will Howard. Will Howard helped convince those kids to come to K-State.
Wow, that's awesome.
You know, and that tells you everything. Ryan Howard, Will's brother, still's on our football team. And so my relationship with Will has always been strong and good, but he and his family told those other two families, go there. It's a great place.
How do you rotate offensive? I mean, that's not traditional, right?
A lot of people play 6 and 7, but I would tell you that's probably the area that we've worn down the most, unless you have a Cooper Beebe type guy.
Totally.
But if you're going to play
Or Sam Heck.
13 games, you're going to have to be able to give those guys a little bit of a spell. And we finally have, I think, enough depth to be able to do that. Plus, we've got great competition. It's not like you'd say, boy, of all those transfers, we only saw them for 8 practices. So we want to see those guys.
Yeah.
And we didn't have, I think our top 4 or 5 defensive linemen were out because of surgeries at the end of the year. They didn't go through spring ball. You know, Cody Stufflebeam, one that's here today, is one of those guys. I think it's going to be a fun fall camp from a competition standpoint. Crazy thing about fall camp, and Matt's in the same boat, that fall camp's got to turn into game planning much sooner than you ever would have if you were going to start the season with your FCS opponent. It's going to have to start a lot earlier for both of us.
All right, Coach, let's get to know Chris Klieman. Pre-game, halftime, post-game, whatever. What's your go-to sideline snack?
Well, I have a lot of Gatorade on the sideline. I don't eat anything on the sideline typically, so it's just more just Gatorade.
Sideline, no sideline snack.
No,
It's
I'm
more
not-
just. What's your
You
pregame
look
meal?
down, see him eating something? What are you?
Pregame meal.
I have a hot dog.
Pregame meal. You got to eat something before the game.
I go to the stands and the guys give me a hot dog and have a dog in the stands.
Okay, there
they
you
throw
go.
a beer in there too. No, I'm like salad with some chicken or something. I don't eat a lot before the game. You know, I'm gonna expend enough energy. It's the best time for me to lose weight is the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when I don't have to. When I'm stressed and I just drink stuff and have a salad.
There you
and
go.
some
Carb
chicken
load
on it.
during the week
There
and
you
then-
go, and then back off on the weekend.
One of the most consistent programs in college football. It's unbelievable how underrated K-State's program is, and not just Chris Klieman and Bill Snyder. I mean,
Yeah.
one to the next. Screaming for the mountaintops. Nobody talks about how good and consistent program K-State is.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because we feel that, but we feel a lot of the disrespect as well because nobody puts us in that. I mean, we're one of like 5 schools or 6 schools that have won 8 or more games the last 4 years plus a conference championship. And there's only like 7 schools that have won 8 or more games. And you see the Ohio States and Clemsons and Texas or whomever else. You don't think
No,
about
right.
that with and we feel like we've got one of the best programs and we're selling that, and it's a big year for us because we have a lot of really good players coming back. You can look around this place. There's a lot of really good coaches and there's a lot of really good players, and there's a reason why we're not doing a coaches poll for Big 12. We thought it hindered Arizona State. We thought it hindered BYU last year. So as coaches, we decided we weren't going to do it.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
K-State football coach Chris Klieman here at Big 12 Football Media Days at the Star in Frisco.